How you doing this Friday night? Uh, have you ever heard of gaslight or someone gaslights you and makes you doubt yourself? Well, this thing called international gaslighting that governments and even media does it. I think back to World War One and Two, especially World War Two, when they were fighting against the German Nazis. You know, the German Nazis, because of their culture, their ideology that they were putting forward, the West had to fight against them, and they won, and they killed millions of them and won. But one thing about all the Nazis, they were all white. No one accused the West of being racist. No one says you're racist. Why are they racist? Because you're only killing whites. Well, the only reason they were killing them all whites is because they were all white. Not they weren't killing them because they were white. It just so happened they were all white, right? They were all white. What can you do? But so they were more than fighting them because of their colour. It's because of their culture and their ideology that was at war with them. And a lot of people try to gaslight people. I know in Ireland and all, calling people racist in the UK. You're racist if you disagree and don't like on other cultures and ideologies that hate yours, that disagree with yours. And if you don't like what they do, even if they mean you harm, you're a racist. And you go, well, why am I racist? And they say, well, because many of them are dark colour. And the fella says to me, and a few people called me racist. And then I thought to myself, it's called gaslighting. And then you're going to say to yourself, am I racist? And you thought, well, my favourite dancers, three dancers, are black. Which I got talking to two of them and told them they're the best ever. And I thought, well, I must be a bad racist. And then I thought, there's fellas in the gym that are actually darker than people I don't like their ideology. And it's always me going to them to befriend them. And they seem to be very friendly people too. They're from Portugal mainly. Very laid back, easy going people. Very dark skin, but easy going. How could I be a racist then? I go to a Portuguese cafe at times for coffee, maybe something to eat, and I could be the only white person there. Again, I'm going there because I like their stuff and I get on friendly with the owners. I must be a bad racist if I'm a racist. And of all the people that I know on social media, I've only seen it, not of anyone that I know or friends with or follow on social media, but I've seen a thing in like a news report of people in Africa being killed because they were Christian people. By the way, these are all black who were being killed. And so I put this up on social media about making known, trying to make known about people in Africa are being killed because they're Christian. Now, would a racist do that? Would a racist want to report on black Africans are getting killed unfairly? No, a racist wouldn't do that. But because the reason we're getting killed because of other people, because of the other people's ideology, because of the other people's religion, their culture, want to kill the black Christians. So this thing about accusing people of being racist, you can stick that racist card somewhere, but people are just not accepting that no more. And they're not accepting the gaslighting. It reminds me of people accused Charlie Kirk of being a Nazi. And Nazis are, one, they're socialist, and two, they shut the mouth and even kill anyone that disagrees, right? Charlie Kirk was literally the opposite. He was against socialism and would give a platform to people that disagree. You couldn't have been any east from the west, any complete different. And the very people that accuse Charlie Kirk of being a Nazi are also the very people that want to kill and shoot you and shut you down and shut the mouth of those that disagree. And also, they also support socialism. You couldn't make this stuff up. The very people that are in agreement with Nazism are accusing Charlie Kirk, the one who was in disagreement with Nazism, as him as being a Nazi. Not only is that called gaslighting, That's called projecting. So quite often I've learned in life, because sometimes I have a life with people and they so believe something about you and they make accusations that you actually start to almost agree with it. It's almost like someone with long hair accusing me of being a long-haired hippie. And they're so convincing. I'm like, oh, is this right? But then I look at the facts, I go, camping. That's impossible. It's literally impossible for that to be true. And, and to think of, it's one thing about people of corrupt hearts. They will always want to categorize someone else whom they want to accuse of. And I think of in the time of Jesus, that the horrible people with bad intentions crucified Jesus. And not only did they crucify Jesus, but they crucified him with two sinners, two criminals on each side. They tried to put Jesus, the evil people tried to put Jesus in the category of just one of the sinners, of one of the bad people. That's trying to make an accusation. And they had loads of accusations against Jesus, but all their accusations, they were all liars. And all the liars have one thing in common: they hate the truth. They hate the truth. One thing to say about liberals in America now, they hate facts. They hate facts so much so. I seen one a trans man dressed up as a woman, said Trump is homophobic. And the man said, well, Trump has had so many homosexual people working for him. And goodness me, the trans man just want to attack because the facts went against his accusations. The facts goes against their accusations. And but there you go. But it's going to take a lot more than a race car. That's not going to do it. It just seems to be literally there's nothing else that some people have is but a race card, accusing people of being a racist. But again, like imagine that all the Nazis was white. And I think, imagine if it was 60 years ago and a Nazi, German soldier, come to move into your neighbourhood wearing the Nazi uniform and just say you were Jew or you were black. You wouldn't feel very comfortable, would you? Would that make you a racist because you feel uncomfortable with him moving in with your neighbourhood? Would that make you a racist, or would that make you a realist? Because you see the threat of a culture that hates you. Amen. But anyway, the world is the way the Bible said it's going to be, and there's a whole lot more to this, but I'll not get into it now. But there you go. Don't let people gaslight you, whether personally or nationally. Don't let people in their ignorance gaslight you. Amen.